Hi, welcome to So Sensible, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make puff applique, is what I call it. I've done quite a few quilts and I make their names on it, and I've had a lot of people asking about this technique, so I thought I'll just make a tutorial, okay? First thing you want to do is decide on how big you want your letters to be and draw patterns on a piece of paper so that you can save it for later. And then you want to make sure they're all the same height and just about the same width. And what you're going to do is you're going to cut two of them, okay? And then you're going to sew around the edges, leaving a 1/4 inch or whatever you feel comfortable with. And then you're going to completely enclose it. So you're not going to leave an opening, you're just going to completely enclose it. And I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so now I've stitched all of these all around the edges, and what you want to do is you want to use a smaller stitch too. That really helps get the detail. Now with these corners, you're going to want to seam rip just a little bit so that it has an elbow kind of thing going on, and you can also cut out little triangles out of the rounded edges too. You just have to see what works for you, but so the tricky thing is, I'll do the circle one first. That one's the easiest. And what you're going to want to do is cut a hole in it, making sure to only do one side. And then you're going to flip it inside out. And you can use a pencil eraser side, or I'm going to use this, but I usually use a pencil to push out the edges. I'm sure there's fancy tools for this. And then you've got your O. Now the tricky thing, the circle would be easy, right? But see, now you've got the nice edges that are all finished, and basically you can just tack it to whatever you want with a straight stitch. See how easy that is? And then what you want to do with these other ones, like let's say here's an L. The L, it only goes one way. This could be a mirror image regardless. You're going to seam rip the side when you're looking at it and it looks right. Okay. And I try not to open it too much. I try to only do as little as possible. But you could go the whole way, I guess, if you wanted to. And you want to make sure that you hit all your edges, because if you missed it, you're going to have some fraying there. You could do this with a pair of scissors. I just find it's easier to do small things with this because you have more control. A scissor will slip. Pair of scissors will slip and then you're in trouble. Okay, so now we've stitched and flipped, and what we need to do is stuff it with a little bit of filling. Now you just want to get it in there, and you just want to kind of wiggle it and make sure it's somewhat flat. With this, you're going to want to definitely have that pencil so that you can stick it down in there, and this is where it would be helpful to leave a smaller hole, because you're going to have fluff that's just kind of wanting to get out. So they look kind of weird now, but once you stitch them in, they're going to look perfect. All right? And if you want to, you can kind of tack it into place once you've gotten it centered, just so that you don't get it in a weird corner or offset. It does help to tack it, but really these pins are just going to get in your way, so you're going to have to take them out anyways and kind of do it as you want, but it gives you a good idea of where it should be. And there it is, puff applique. It's just as simple as that. And I like this technique because it finishes all the edges, so you don't have to worry about the fraying, so that it will do really well in the wash. When I make my quilts, I really try to plan out if it will survive the wash, because I have 3 little children and you know, accidents happen. And there you have the 4 letters, spell out love, and you can make this into a banner or you could put it into a pillow like so. That's what I'm going to do. But you can see how this will work with a quilt or a pillow, a wall hanging. There's so many different applications to do with this. And it looks especially nice when there's batting behind it, because then you don't see the puff as much. It kind of just blends in but pops at the same time. So I hope that you'll try this applique method on your next project. Thank you for joining us for So Sensible, and I hope that you can use this technique on your next job. Have a great day.